Good morning. Oh, it's so good to be here, to see everybody. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast. We are a covenantal community. We are dedicated to a theology of free faith where all life-affirming beliefs are welcome and no creeds are required. We are a band of faith explorers, learning and growing and journeying together. If you are visiting with us for the first time, you have happened upon a special day, and we're so glad you're here. I have been honored to serve as the minister for 3 years. My name is Ruth Van Lillian. My pronouns are she, her. And today is my last Sunday. So we're saying some goodbyes today. And we're also dedicating some beautiful children. So we have a lovely service ahead. If you have not had a chance, we hope you'll check out our website and our Facebook page and learn more about us. So, welcome.
Good morning again. I am Amanda Pyburn, a member of this fellowship and your service leader this morning. Announcements are in your order of service. I want to especially point out that after the service today, we have a special reception in honor of Reverend Ruth's last day with us. On a little table under the windows, there is a binder where you are invited to write her a note, draw her a picture, write her a poem, whatever you like. So she'll have that as a memento to take with her. Everyone is welcome to stay. Also, we'd like to thank Trudy Griffin, who has stepped up to take charge of our second hour program. So yay for that. Beginning in June, we will have a full program of second hour small discussion groups once again. If that's new to you, that just means that after the service, we have a little time for refreshments and conversation, and then we break up into these small interest groups. We've got some favorite groups returning, but we also have some new leaders with ideas for new topics. When you get your order of service emailed to you on Saturdays, you can check out right then what's going to be second hour the next day and kind of start planning. We've got a lot of good things coming, so stay tuned. Now the prelude prepares us for the service. Lorelei will be lighting our chalice. We light our chalice this morning in the spirit of gratitude, thankful for Reverend Ruth's years of ministerial service to this, our fellowship, for celebrations of life and death, dedications and communions, for leading worship, grounding our congregation in spiritual practice, helping us to navigate the wonders and stresses of this world.
Our call to worship is taken from Give Us the Spirit of the Child by Sarah Moores Campbell. Give us the spirit of the child. Give us the child who lives within, the child who trusts, the child who imagines, the child who sings, the child who receives without reservation, the child who gives without judgment. Give us a child's eyes, that we may receive the beauty and freshness of this day, like a sunrise. Give us a child's ears, that we may hear the music of mythical times. Give us a child's heart, that we may be filled with wonder and delight. Give us a child's faith, that we may be cured of our cynicism. Give us the spirit of the child, who is not afraid to need, who is not afraid to love. Would you take your gray hymnals and turn to number 6, or you can look on the screen. We will sing all verses of Just as Long as I Have Breath. Would you please stand as you are able? I'm going to invite our Director of Religious Exploration, Holly Lohmiller, to join me.
Good morning.
Throughout human history, people have brought their children to houses of worship for dedication. In the presence of the congregation, children have been given names, and parents have declared their commitment to raising them. To these parents, we rejoice with you and the gifts of these children entrusted to your loving care. We celebrate your commitment to nourish them in a thoughtful mind, a loving heart, and sharing, serving hands. We welcome your children by name and declare that they are individuals, unique and separate persons with dignity and life of their own, members of the human family.
We perform this ceremony publicly to declare that we all, as parents, friends, and representatives of this community of faith, share in the responsibility for the care and development of children. It is our task to strive to give them a world of peace and justice in which to grow. It is also our place to help them understand our ideals and our hopes, and to help prepare them to choose their own. As I call their names, would the parents please bring their children forward? Sarah Ford and her family.
First, to the parents, will you, to the best of your ability, continue to raise your children according to the ideals of love and care? Do you present these children before this community of faith, seeking their ongoing love and support for the well-being of your family? Julian, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water we bless you, for it is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you may grow and learn.
Annabelle, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water we bless you, for it is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you may learn and grow. The McMorrow family.
Emily, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water we bless you, for it is a symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you may learn and grow.
June, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water we bless you, for it is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you can learn and grow.
Laura, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water, we bless you. It is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you can learn and grow.
There's a thorn on this
I can count on you. You may be care of you. Thank you. The Pear family.
First to the parents, will you, to the best of your ability, continue to raise your children according to the ideals of love and care? Do you present these children before this community of faith, seeking their ongoing love and support for the well-being of your family? Robin, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water we bless you, for it is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
With this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. We have hopefully removed the thorns to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you may learn and grow.
Hugo, you were born into the human family, and today we welcome you among us. With water, we bless you, for it is the symbol of purity and life. We will appreciate your uniqueness. We will teach you and learn from you. We will love you and respect you.
Hugo, with this rose, we bless you, for it is the symbol of unfolding life and love. The thorns have been removed to symbolize our commitment to provide a safe environment in which you may learn and grow. May I give it to them?
I would like to invite the families and children to stand and face the congregation. All those families, yes. There we go. Congregation, there's a response printed in your program or right up here on the screen. Let us say together, we give thanks for your lives and for the new hope you bring. We will support you and your families through all the experiences of life. We will delight in your joys, share in your sorrows, and encourage you in your becoming. Welcome, dear ones, to this beloved community. Thank you. Please be seated. And now it's time for the children to go back.
The sharing of joys, milestones, and concerns is a revered tradition in our fellowship. You're invited to briefly share personal events in your life, either by dropping a pebble into the water silently or while speaking a few words into the microphone. We support each other in our sorrows and celebrate together in joy.
what busy lives we lead. And all about us, life just keeps hopping along. And some of it is wonderful, and some of it is horrible, and a lot of it is just kind of in between. In the midst of all of that, let us remember who we are. Let us remember we are members of the human family. Let us remember that we are connected to one another by the very air that we breathe. So let's do a little breathing together in the silence, and I'll close us with a few words. We are each born into the middle of the human story, and we will each leave in the middle. Let us find ever new, ever fresh, ever creative ways to make our part of the middle matter. Amen. Shalom. Blessed be.
After our song of dedication, the greeters will take up the offering. Generosity is a spiritual practice. Our fellowship is supported by our pledges and donations. If you're paying your pledge with a check, please make a note of that in the memo line. We also share all cash donations and unmarked checks equally each week with a local charity. For the month of May, our Share the Plate partner is Youth Village. Youth Village is a nonprofit after-school and summer camp located in Fort Walton Beach. It currently serves children from age 3 through 8th grade, providing a safe, nurturing environment and helping children acquire a love of learning and a desire to achieve. Please be generous.
When my firstborn, Liam, was about 14 months old, every morning after breakfast he would grab his favorite book, Bert and Ernie Go Camping, and reach up to sit in my lap while I read it to him for, about the 100th time. It was one of those cardboard books with a kind of optical illusion on each page that fascinated Liam, and he could not get enough of it. Every time we came to the end, he wept bitterly. And the only way to comfort him was to start the book over again. You see the problem. My now 23-year-old might still be crying on my lap if I hadn't accidentally dropped that book behind the sofa one day when he wasn't looking. Oops. When we moved 2 years later, I rescued it and put it away for my grandchildren. Wonder how they will react. Humans of every age are not particularly comfortable with endings. If it's a good story with a happy ending, like Bert and Ernie's camping trip, we feel a sense of loss when it ends. When the ending is tragic, we feel betrayed because there's no way to fix the story. If it's mysterious, we feel unsettled and deprived of closure. We really don't like endings. We want to believe we can keep a good thing going forever, or at least come back to it when we choose and it will still be there. Endings are painful. I have been thinking a lot recently about our 3 years as minister and fellowship. It is sweet to remember all the good we have shared and accomplished, reopening the building and resuming services as the pandemic receded, the joy of worship together in word and song and occasional dance, the marches and rallies for racial equity and civil rights, for women's bodily autonomy, for LGBTQ+ justice, the revival of our children's and adult religious exploration, the repair and refurbishment of our lovely building, the renovation of the playground, all the new members who have swelled our ranks, our wonderful staff, older and newer, who serve and lead so faithfully, the spiritual practice of generosity growing among you, the many connections made between minister and congregant. Where, as they say, did the time go? Imagine Julie Andrews singing the high note that shatters crystal. Oh, don't look at me, I'm not Julie Andrews. Think of Louis Armstrong holding a long trumpet blast, or Carol Burnett belting out her famous Tarzan yell. Imagine that musical note in your mind. It seems to go on forever, focused like a laser in your ear, in your brain. It is fascinating, compelling, almost painful, and then suddenly, it's gone. Silence. Where did it go? Where did the music, the note, the sound go? There are telescopes which are designed to examine deep space by listening to the sounds traveling around out there. Apparently, there's a lot of noise in space if you have access to the right equipment to receive and interpret it. But here on Earth, in our daily experience, once stopped, the sound seems to be gone. The song is over. The concert has ended. The precious moment has passed. What remains is in our memory. The song that moved us to tears, the joke that had us in stitches, the story that touched our hearts. Stored in my memory are such precious things as roll on the floor deep belly laughter at a late night dorm party. The last loving words my mother ever spoke to me. My husband's clumsy, impulsive, passionate marriage proposal. Liam's toddler giggle. The first time Angus, my other son, called me Mama when we feared that he would never speak. There are no recordings of these sounds. They remain solely inside me. The places where they happened are no longer part of my life, but the power those remembered sounds hold for me, the nourishment they still give my soul, are mine as long as I live and have the capacity to recall them. We have shared some powerful moments together, like the dedication of 7 beautiful children today. I've married a few of you and spoken the final farewell over others. I've stood in that doorway defending you from those who would sow discord here. I officiated at a graveside service for a beloved cat and gave communion to a trapped raccoon. I've even cursed and sworn over broken toilets and rebellious office equipment. We have sung and laughed, meditated and argued, danced and wept together. I nearly fell on my face, both literally and figuratively, and managed to land on my feet with your gracious forbearance. What a full, enriching, marvelous time we have had. UU minister and theologian, the Reverend Forrest Church, defines religion as our human response to the dual reality of being alive and having to die. We human beings are, as far as we know, the only creatures on the planet with a sense of our own finitude. Such are the endings we humans struggle with: time, transience, and mortality. We strive to hold on to precious things, and we place great value on stuff that lasts a long time: jewelry, art, buildings. We imagine that such clinging can prevent the ending from happening. We develop technologies to capture sound recordings and visual images of things we want to hold on to. Like most parents, I have photos of my children and videos, all reminding me of the babies, toddlers, the little boys that they were. Those little boys are gone now, replaced with young adults a bit larger, hairier, smellier than their predecessors. No matter how often I look at those dear images, I can never hold my babies again. Endings are part of life, and life is continually renewed with fresh beginnings. It is the order of things. We are not served well individually or collectively by trying to keep everything the same for always. Life brings change, endings and beginnings, and if we don't change also, we will miss new opportunities for discovery and growth. We are daily faced with small decisions about endings and beginnings, and occasionally we are required to make really big decisions. No matter what we decide, things will change. No matter what we do, there will be consequences to face and a path to be traveled. Sometimes we must take risks and travel uncharted waters where there be dragons and there are no guarantees. All we can do is make the best decision with the best information we have, and when done in a group, try to love one another through the process, even when we disagree, and to respect the outcome. Our time of engaging together as congregation and minister is coming to an end. What a wonderful, challenging, enlightening, frustrating, hopeful, and courageous 3 years we have had. Thinking back over it all, I believe we have brought out the best in each other. As I look across this room, I am so filled with gratitude for all that you have shared with me. The Florida Panhandle needs Unitarian Universalists. Think about what it was like for you living here before you found this fellowship. There are others out there who don't know that you're here. You wonderful people are charged with the task of keeping the mission strong and finding ways to reach out to the community so that they can find you. More you use mean more hands and hearts to do the work of justice and to build beloved community. Endings and beginnings can look scary, but to be alive is to be ever-changing and adapting to those changes. Let us seek life, abundant, variable, mysterious. Take courage, friends. It is time for this pilgrim to take a different path, and for all of you to continue this important work here in this place and time. The end is the beginning. Amen. Shalom. Blessed be. I invite you to either take a gray hymnal or look up on the screen. We're going to sing 311, Let It Be a Dance. As you are able, I invite you to stand.
Let the
sunshine, let it rain. Share the laughter, bear the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance. Please be seated.
In August of 2021, the members of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of the Emerald Coast entered into a covenant relationship with their new minister, Reverend Ruth Van Lillian. For 3 years, she has engaged us in a collaboration of shared ministry, guided by the UU7 principles and the mission of this fellowship. In every covenantal relationship, people establish goodwill, work together through toward common goals, and sometimes make mistakes. Desiring to close our covenant with renewed goodwill and friendship, let us confess our mutual failings and offer one another forgiveness. Reverend Ruth, for the times we have failed, individually and collectively, you can make me cry now, to work cooperatively with you, to serve the mission of our congregation, we ask your forgiveness.
My dear friends, for the times I let you down, as individuals and as a congregation, in failing to serve you to the best of my ability, I ask your forgiveness.
Let us forgive one another then, according to the highest ideals, Unitarian Universalist beloved community, and let us be reconciled to one another. The congregation's response is printed in the program and on the screen. All is well between us.
Yes, all is well between us.
While mutual administrative obligations remain in progress for the next few weeks, let us all agree that on this day, as we gather together in community, that our covenant relationship has come to a close. We are no longer in relationship as minister and congregation. I must not look at Joshua. As fellow Unitarian Universalist pilgrims on the journey of life, we wish each other health, hope, and the strength to implement justice wherever we find the opportunity. When we meet again, may it be with glad hearts and outstretched arms of welcome. Let the people say, Amen.
Amen.
Changes abound, around us, within us, between us. In our families, our neighborhoods, and our beloved faith communities, changes abound. May we each find the balance point we need as we move through our ever-changing world. The balance between old and the new, between the known and the unknown, I'm borrowing this, between the familiar and the perhaps bold and risky possibilities that may be there waiting for us. Every ending is just another new beginning. May we move forward together in love.
Siblings and kindred, as my last act as your minister, I offer you blessing from the depths of my heart. And I wish for you all hope and peace and discovery in your future ahead. I'm going to be watching you. Following the postlude, let us go in peace.
Please join us in the back. We have a lot of special refreshments. Don't forget to make a note in Reverend Ruth's book of memories for us. Thank you for coming.